Welcome back to Kruse Control. It is Monday, March 6th, 2023. Happy Monday, everybody. Thank you for being here at Kruse Control, the home of entertainment news. I am your host, of course, Brian Kruse. Thank you again, thank you again, thank you again. And tonight's a little special night. It's a boys' night. So joining me tonight, it's not ladies' night, it's a boys' night. Joining me tonight is Mr. Jake Slonecki. Jake, welcome to the program. How you doing tonight, man?
Hi, I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing great. Happy Monday. You have a good day?
Happy Monday. Yeah, it was a good day. Slow day for me, but a good day. Yeah.
Nice. We're going to have some fun tonight. We're going to have some fun because also joining us here today is Mr. Mike Casey. Mike, welcome to the program. How you doing tonight, Mike?
Hey, wow. Boys' nights, that makes it a special night, doesn't it?
It's the most special.
I wanted to mention because I know I don't know if my gain is set right. Do I sound okay?
Yeah, you sound good.
Yeah, I know because Sabrina couldn't join us here tonight. She wanted to make sure that I let everybody know that this is a safe space for nerds, and we should all feel free to quote however many Tolkien, Hobbit references like Dungeons and Dragons, any way that you want to express yourself in those regards is good. And also that she also wanted to make certain that we knew that none of us looked like MODOK from Ant-Man Quantumania at all. She said
Took that back.
Never something she would think.
Nope, never.
That was
not a million years.
The most important thing. She texted me right before you started. So yeah.
And she wanted to make sure that was out there.
That's the most important thing. Yeah.
We're not going to have Sabrina for Mondays and Tuesdays anymore for the foreseeable future. So we'll be switching around, doing some things. Maybe we'll have some Mondays and Tuesdays. We'll see. We're going to try to keep trekking through regardless. So you might see some new faces, some familiar faces, some fresh faces, some not so fresh faces. I think that's the same thing I'm saying across the board. Some dirty faces. Anyway.
Sweaty.
Some very dirty faces.
Some sweaty, dirty faces. And with that, we got to dive right into everybody. So now it's time for some breaking news. All right, everybody, we're diving right in as always. And the first thing I want to talk about very quickly is Stranger Things. Now, Stranger Things, I've been wondering, everybody's talking about season 5's coming up. We talked about the musical before, but season 5 hasn't even started shooting, everybody. Hasn't even started shooting. So you've had a long time to wait for Stranger Things' final season. Hopper actually was talking about it, and he was saying that, it's a different season. Like, I'm going to call him Hopper. Screw it. He said it's a new season. He said his character's actually, not in jail anymore, so he's going to put a little bit of weight on for this new season. And he says it's time for the show to end. As a lot of casts think it is, it's time for the next chapter in their careers, their lives, and for us to finally get a fulfilling ending to the story. So it's coming. We don't know when. Like I said, they're starting in June, so they're probably going to have 5 months of shooting, post-production. We're probably going to get this until next year for sure. So, hold on to your seats. It's coming, but not yet. Something that is doing great, though, that is happening is Cocaine Bear. I just love talking about Cocaine Bear. Why not? We just keep bringing it up. So Cocaine Bear now has made its money back. It has made $52 million right now globally. $30 million budget. That's a pretty good win for Elizabeth Banks' first directorial debut. It's pretty huge. And a movie about a bear drugged out on cocaine killing people, hell, seems pretty good. Seems like a win. So they made, $14.1 million globally, and the rest here, $52 million over here. So, yeah, it's great. I think it's a great movie, and I think people have liked it. So keep it going. Cocaine Bear, not going to stop. And something going away is Rachel Ray. That kind of rhymed, didn't it? Rachel Ray's going away.
Rachel Ray.
So Rachel Ray has had a talk show for 17 seasons.
Wow, that's forever. That's generations in Hollywood time. Oh my God.
It blows my mind. Daytime syndication, everybody. But they've had a considerable decline in ratings in the past few years.
No, daytime TV? No. Really?
Yeah. And she's working on the Food Network, so she's got her own stuff going, and she just says, I have other opportunities, other jobs. I think it's time for this to go away, step aside. It's been a great run. I mean, 17 fucking years. That's pretty awesome, actually.
Her audience is going to follow her wherever she goes. Like,
yeah.
I don't know why she would even bother with terrestrial TV at all. Like, she could pop
terrestrial
up on YouTube
TV.
anything. Terrestrial, yeah, because the broadcast waves follow along the ground. They creep into your house through the gutters,
and streamline in and attack you in your sleep.
For sure,
just like Rachel Ray.
Just like Rachel Ray.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm happy for her. She had a good run, though. I was shocked when I heard she was still on. This is not really my cup of tea. I'm not really demographic for this, I guess. But if you loved Rachel Ray, this is a sad day for you because
what's your Snoop Dogg collaboration coming out, man?
2025.
2025, dude. Put that on the books because it's going to happen.
If it happens, that would be awesome. If it's actually in 2025, I would laugh pretty hard. Well, as she's going away, something that's happening for the very first time, which was actually pretty awesome. If you watched the Cinematographer Awards last night, big award went through. We're talking about the Best Visual Storytelling in a Feature Film Award. For the very first time, it went to a female DP for the production of Elvis. That's right. Elvis won for Best Storytelling in a Feature Award. And this was by Mandy Walker. Now, she's the very first female to win this award. And she said this is for all the females in the future that get nominated and for all the future females that actually win. And she's doing this for them and for everybody that's ever had a chance to be a cinematographer for a female. It's a big win. It's huge. It's huge. And Elvis is very breathtaking. If you watch that movie, the cinematography is fantastic. So this makes sense to me. She's also up for the Oscar too. So who knows? Maybe she'll win that too. But of course, cinematographers, their awards, they don't have as many categories. So it's very big to win this, It's huge. So I'm very excited to hear this. And I think it's great for crew across the board. I think it's great for women that do this job that you don't get this opportunity, I think it's awesome. And it shows
cool.
it. If you've seen this movie,
really
it shows though, right?
Yeah. It looks excellent.
Yeah. So it makes sense for me that she win this. Mm-hmm. And and we'll see what other awards this movie gets at the actual Oscars, but for a cinematographer, it's like, this is like cha-ching, it's great. So hopefully it leads the way for more women in the future to have this opportunity because, hey, her work shows. It shows that she knows what the hell she's doing and she deserves it. So, yeah. So as she's doing that, something else that is coming back is another Alien movie. Yep, another Alien movie. Yeah. Now, we talked before about an Alien TV series. That's still happening. There's an Alien TV series happening, but there's also an Alien movie, everybody. These are totally separate. They're not going to interact. They're their own worlds. And the director said it's going to bring life into this. The director is from Don't Breathe and 2013's Evil Dead. He directed that as well.
Oh, and that's a good fit with the Alien vibe, man.
I like that Fede Alvarez, Yeah, like I think it makes sense. He's a 40, it's a 43-year-old franchise. So I think it's freaking nuts. But Ridley Scott is actually producing it. Of course he is. Ridley Scott's like, hell yeah, I'll be involved with this, And he did the prequel series. He did Prometheus. He did the original Aliens. Like he's been wrapped up in this whole world forever. And as I said, this is not going to connect with Hulu's FX TV series in 2023. But they're saying in this ninth entity in the immense, it's going to be in the future, and a group of young people on a distant world find themselves in the confrontation with the most terrifying life form in the universe. So very, very vague. I feel like a lot of these,
Super
initial
vague.
Get ready, Elon.
Yeah, all these.
There's a scary monster. Look out, everybody! They didn't
Watch out. Aliens coming, everybody.
Yeah.
Lurking in a crater.
It's right. So you would think when you announce something like this, you'd actually have more to say, as opposed to like, we're doing this. So
either they don't have anything or they're just trying to be evasive because they've got a big one to drop on us.
Right.
Hopefully they've got big ideas to drop on us. That would be great.
Right.
Yeah, I hope so. Of course, it's on a different planet. That's going to be fun. Usually they're on a spaceship or, the aliens have fought the predators on Earth before. That's about it. You know what I mean? But I still like that movie. I still think that was fun. And the Prometheus ones went off world too, but it wasn't like this. To me, this sounds like they're probably going to have another civilization. Maybe humankind branches off to a new planet and the aliens come and attack. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. But it's coming, everybody.
Can we do a spin-off episode? I would love to. There's been so many alien incarnations now. Like, I would really love just to talk about these movies because there've been so much throughout the development of American civilization, and I can easily see like, oh, you're talking about an Evil Dead director, which was
Right.
like they were clearly already influenced by Alien. So we're talking about Alien influencing Evil Dead, influencing Alien. Like it's really cool, and there's a lot of stuff. So I it's just sorry to bug everybody. I just think that's something that we could talk about forever because
We totally could.
I'm a massive fan of the franchise and even the movies that people aren't massive fans of. And I'm trying to think. There's another show recently with a bunch of cyborgs that was really great too that they canceled. So.
Yeah, I mean, I love that stuff. I love the science fiction. It's awesome.
Mm.
And even you talk about Evil Dead. Bruce Campbell just recently announced, I think it was yesterday or today, that he said that they're working on an animated movie where he would come back to play Ash. So he says his voice, he goes, my voice is still about the same age, but my body is not. So,
You're right.
so that's why he said he can't be physically Ash anymore, but he'll do his voice again. Him and Sam Raimi are working on it. So you never know. It might be something great too coming. I'd be down for that. I would totally be down for that. Something else that's coming back. Now, this is something I didn't really hear about before, but apparently there was a show called The Windsors that took place in the UK. Now they're coming back. The Windsors are coming back for what? King Charles's coronation. That's right. They're going to make a special making fun of his coronation because, like, why not? They apparently made fun of the royal family for 3 seasons. And so now they said, let's have a revival just because. He's taking the crown, so let's have some fun. So comedian Harry Enfield is the one that's behind this. He's going to unleash chaos ahead of the coronation in May. This is a Channel 4 comedy, apparently. So the Windsors is returning for this coronation special and making fun of the monarch. For me, they said they're also going to bring in their actors who play Harry and Meghan. Apparently, they have cast members that have played them. They're also being kind of sly on social media, being like, we don't know if he can show up or not. We might miss this one, as if they're playing the part,
Come on. Yeah.
I know. They first launched in 2016 with this show. Like I said, it spawned 3 seasons, 2 specials, and a musical stage production as well. And the last time they were on was in 2021. So they're coming back for this because it's a good time for some comedy, they think. So, and of course, Harry and Meghan have been in the news constantly, as we've been talking about before. They don't go away. And they just lost their home, their vacation house in the UK. The king took away their vacation home. He actually gave them the boot. He said, we're foreclosing on you or some shit. I'm like,
I hate it when the king just phones up to take away your vacation home. Jake, don't you hate that shit?
I know. It happened last week.
Yeah.
And then, I was halfway there too. I was like on the road with everything packed, and they're just like, "No, you can't. Sorry."
Turn your ass around. Go home.
Yeah.
You're not gonna get that. No more vacation for you.
It's
vacay. Vacay in California. Stay there now in your $30 million home. That's good enough for you. Slum it in your $30 million home. Yeah. This stuff is never going to go away, but I thought it was funny that they're, of course this stuff's happening. Like we talked about South Park before was making fun of Harry and Meghan because of their whole situation too, their privacy too.
I defended them, man. I'm your defend the Royals guy. Remember? You are.
Mike, what do you think? This is good they're making fun of them, or do you think that they should leave them alone?
These are not mutually exclusive options. That's great. They're making fun of them because South Park is making money on it. It's great that these royals are complaining on multiple media outlets because we're giving their attention and that's selling advertising dollars. So why the shit would they not be doing it? Like, good for them. It's our fault for enabling. Basically, it's a codependent relationship between the American public and the wealthy. So I don't know how much I can get into that right now, but I blame myself is what I'm trying to say.
He took it away to give it to his pedo brother.
Yeah, truth. Also, hi Rachel.
Hi Rachel.
Thanks for being there. You got some good ones going on.
I'm going to do my best with the chat here too, because Sabrina's not here and she usually runs the chat. So I'll do my best with it, but it's too funny. It's just too funny. Of course they're going to make fun of it. I mean, it leads to humor, doesn't it? You see this stuff, like it just leads to humor. So there's going to be more things like this coming. Mike, you are being held captive. That's what Rachel said too. Are you being held captive?
Oh yeah, this is my trunk. Were you not? Oh wait, I talked about that beforehand. This is I constructed an audio booth. This is what I'm recording in. That's why my voice sounds so mellifluous. In here, I don't want to pull the blankets off of it, but it's a
She said, "Look,
very sophisticated.
She also says it looks
cool.
like Mike's in someone's trunk.
Again, when I'm talking about things aren't mutually exclusive, one can record inside of the trunk while one is being held captive. Like, make the best of a challenging situation, and that's why I support the Royals.
Yeah, you can support the Royals, or hate the Royals. I mean, yeah, and that's why people are just like, people are gonna make fun of them. It's just what it is. But you know what? People also make fun of Pokemon all the time too. But doesn't stop a Detective Pikachu to come out. Oh, number 2. That's right. We're getting a second Detective Pikachu coming out, and I actually liked the first one quite a bit. It was fun.
Yeah,
Ryan Reynolds did a great job being the voice of Pikachu. Hilarious. But the thing is, they're not really sure if he's coming back this time. They're saying that because of his schedule, he's not confirmed yet. The new director too. Portlandia's co-creator Jonathan Krezel is apparently taking over the directorship for the Detective Pikachu sequel. And like I said, yeah, it works. So I a new director. They're actually in early stages. There's no plot, nothing like that. They just announced it's coming. So if you like the original, which I think it was pretty freaking good, it's funny, then you'll probably be excited about this. So more Pika Pika coming your way.
Pika Pika.
It was so good, dude. I did not it's because I had no expectations going into that movie. But it was intensely good. Like, I went to see it by myself in an empty theater at 7:30 in the morning, and maybe that had some effect on it. But that movie was crazy good. Like, and if they have any of the people involved on it, and it looked beautiful.
It looked great.
It looked really good.
And all the Pokemons were awesome. They look fantastic. They did a good job with the CGI mixture.
Mm-hmm.
So. Yeah. Brian for Pikachu. I'll take Pikachu. Pika Pika,
Man.
let's go. Oh, I love that. But yeah, this is coming. If you liked it, Jake, I know you haven't seen this, but it's something you should check out because it's a lot of fun. It really is.
Oh,
it's a fun.
You haven't seen the first one, Jake?
No, I have not.
It's actually good. I would actually recommend it. Like, you don't even have to suspend your whole forebrain that much. Like, it's actually a pretty good movie in and of itself. Like, and it's beautiful too. So
nice.
yeah,
cool.
Yeah, check out.
So the second one is going to be really cool.
And Ryan Reynolds was hilarious in it. He did a great job. So I hope they get him back. If they don't, I'll do it. Talk about that.
Yeah.
Somebody that I think is something else I don't like, everybody. I'm going to say it right now. And that's the new Flash season. Now, this is the last season. And they're bringing in Batgirl as the villain, but she's like Batgirl, Flash Girl from a different universe.
Uh-oh.
And it's the Red Death. It's the Red Death. That's the character she's playing. If you know the comics, usually Bruce Wayne is the Red Death, but they're switching it up, which is fine. That's great. It's like Batgirl's established in this CW universe, so it makes sense narratively. And she's good. She's a good actor. I think she does a great job. But the way they did this, okay, everybody, the way they did this. So the first time she takes off her mask, she throws in they say, "Who are you?" And she goes, "I am vengeance." And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? You're gonna go Battinson on us? You're going Battinson on us. So they pulled they pulled from the Batman, and they had her do the "I am vengeance," and they had that whole story as opposed to being on Batman. And it's like, are you trying to say that she kind of falls into the CW Battinson world? Are they the same world, or is it a tease for the fans? And then also, if that is the case, cool. But also, are you just trying to do like a whole nod to the Battinson fans? I don't know. But to me, I'm like, it just seemed cheesy. I was like, really, your vengeance? And then she started quoting she went into the Battinson kind of brooding thing, and she's like, she gets into her whole thing like Battinson did. I'm this, and I am that, and I am the dark that will kill the night, and I will. You know what I mean? I'm like, fuck, really? This is what you're doing. This is what you're doing, and it's the very last season, so I get it's a big bad in a way. It's a crossover thing too, which they love to do with the CW. But for me, I'm just like, I just feel like it just doesn't. I mean, you can't keep doing the Reverse Flash every fucking season though, which they do every season. It seems like on that show. So at least it's something different.
If you're the CW, like,
I guess you can.
sorry,
You know,
I wanted to hop on that burning bridge with you, Brian.
I burn it down. I've watched every season of the Flash, so I'm part of the problem. I'm still watching it, you know. But you know,
You're like building it as you're lighting it on fire.
you know, I'm on that bandwagon too. But for me personally, I'm still like, this is still going. I guess I'm still watching. I love their crossover stuff, so maybe this will lead to a good crossover. But to me, most of the cast have left at this point. We know it's time for this show to move on. This is its last season. As I've said before, I think the craziest thing in the world is that they started pre-production on the Flash movie when season 1 was starting of the Flash TV show for the CW, and now 9 seasons later, the Bat Flash movie's coming out now finally. So it's weird they did 9 seasons of a television show at the same time took one movie, but that's the way it goes sometimes in Hollywood.
DC
yes.
They don't know what they're doing at all, and I think the viewing public is aware of that, and they're voting with their dollar.
That's going to be
up next. Like, yeah, let's watch
that movie's going to be sick, though. That movie's going to be super sick. I know it'll be great. You know, I'm excited for it. So the Bat Flash movie, and they just did a poll online saying they did a poll online.
Oh, that trailer is really good, isn't it? It's really
it's really freaking good.
Yeah.
It's really good. Keaton's killing it. Even where they pushing on his face and he says, "I'm Batman." I'm like, yeah, I'm down for that. I'm really down for that. Like it's a big like wink nod to the fans and stuff in the trailer, but it's fun, you know.
It's cheesy. It's nostalgia. It's just fascism coming for you at home, like appealing to the fact, like, oh, you wish it was back like when you were a kid, when ice cream cones cost a nickel and you could hop into a stranger's car on the highway.
But it's not.
Yeah, you were safe. Yeah.
No cracks in the sidewalk, folks.
Too good.
You want to.
Too good. Yeah. But they did a poll online. It was today, and they were saying who is the best Batman. They did it across the whole U.S. And who won? Keaton. Keaton won. So the majority of the United States said that Keaton is the best Batman. So welcome back, Michael Keaton. Though? Can you what? Can you trust it? I guess you really can. It's you never know.
Jake, do the breakdown, man.
Get in there, Jake. Can you trust that poll? That's the question, Jake. What do you think about that?
I don't know. Depends on who's paying attention to it already.
Who are you paying attention to, Jake? Who's the best
Me?
Batman, man? Yeah, Jake.
I don't watch stuff, so I don't really know.
The movies.
Come on.
The movies.
Come on. You've seen some of the movies, right, Jake? So who would be your best Batman?
Batman Begins and The Dark Knight are the two that I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
So you'd be more on the Christian Bale bandwagon, right?
I would have to be because that's my only reference point. So yeah. Yeah.
I love me some Christian Bale. I think he's great as Batman too. So
he's an excellent Batman. He's a little bit postmodern in terms of vibe. Like he sees the darkness, and that's why he's the Dark Knight.
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell you, someone that wouldn't be a good Batman though is Pete Davidson. So Pete Davidson's back in the news, everybody. Squirrely Pete Davidson, and I feel bad for this guy.
He's not a good Batman because he can't walk now. Is that what you're saying?
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. I
think glide.
I think, even though they said there were no drugs in his system, he was not drunk. I think there was a copious amount of drugs in his system, and that's probably why I walked away from this car accident. But he apparently drove into someone's house with his girlfriend. So him and his girlfriend, Chase Sue, were unhurt in this car crash. They went at high speed into a house late Saturday, the police told the New York Post. But Davidson was driving Mercedes in Beverly Hills with her, and they were saying a high rate. They won't say how fast they were going, but they went off the road. They struck a fire hydrant and continued into the side of a house, and made a bunch of damage.
Was anybody hurt?
Nobody was hurt. Everybody was fine.
That's great. I mean, who knows, dude? He could have been looking at his phone. Like, it could have been anything, right? Like,
he
is there a reason you think he was high on a potent cocktail of methamphetamine and heroin and crack cocaine?
Yeah.
Or,
Like
or
Billy
you're
Joel.
just you're just
Well,
looking to burn as many bridges as possible.
It was around 11 p.m. Around 11 p.m. You know, I don't know. I'm just like,
11, right? The time, the cocaine
Saturday.
time, right, got it.
They said that he was crashing a party. GR said,
GR,
shit,
good one,
he was crashing a party. But they were saying that, you know, I think they said there was a light amount of THC in his system, which, I mean, that makes sense. That man is
shit. It's fucking California, dude.
Yeah. Also, the thing on top of that, like I feel for this guy. He has Crohn's disease, which I have Crohn's disease, and so like I feel for him being in pain. He says that weed's the only thing that actually helps him feel okay, which I get. I get that. You know, it's like you go through a lot of pain, so you know you can't.
Anti-inflammatory action, right?
Yeah. You can't blame the guy to like try to make himself feel normal. You know, so I don't know. I just felt this was kind of weird. I'm like, do I believe that he was actually like sober? Who knows? You know. He might have just been showing off for his girlfriend and just going too fast, you know? Could have been. You never know.
Nobody knows.
You never know. Jake, you hear about this. What do you think? Do you think that, do you think that he was sober? Or do you think that maybe there's more of the story that we're not hearing?
I don't know. I could see either scenario being true because when you first mentioned this story to me earlier, my first thought was Billy Joel crashing into the same house 3 times. With a different Ferrari. It was the same corner, got him every time.
It's wild.
Like, and he always hit the same house.
Problematic traffic signs. Maybe you would cause something like that.
Well, I think he was wasted every time he did it.
Yeah, probably wasted.
I don't know. I mean, Mike's point about him trying to show off with a little bit too many, horse torques under his butt might have done it too. It's hard to say. But
you never know.
He did have a lot of horse torques.
Horse torques. He had all the horse torques.
That was what they didn't. Brian had an exclusive on how many horse torques he had.
35.
They didn't release
35 horse torques.
They didn't release that to the press.
That's the secret. That's the secret.
But you just never know. Again, people are like speculating. This came out on TMZ, and of course, the first thing they're saying is like, well, maybe the cops are just like covering up a Hollywood thing because people always like to go that route. Oh, he's a celebrity. They hit the fucking celebrities hard too. Look at Alec Baldwin. He's probably saying, "I'm a celebrity, and I'm not getting off too easy." So I mean, you just never know. So maybe he was fine. Maybe he was just showing off, having a good time. He lives in New York normally. He doesn't live out here. So maybe he just doesn't know the area and he got into a car crash because he was just going too fast around a corner. Some of these corners in California too, it's like, it just turns quick. It just turns massively quick, especially in Beverly Hills. Like it's very curvy.
Like there's just like 90 degrees out of nowhere.
Right.
Like you should stop before you attempt.
What did they expect us to stop?
I mean, it's just like, driver's license aren't the same here, and roads aren't the same here. I'm just saying,
That's true.
The one thing I'll say is, not away from him for a second, but in general, there's so many people from so many different walks of life that have learned how to drive in so many different parts of the world that live in this town. That of course there's lots of accidents because people just drive differently. That's what it is. So it's almost like you have to be on the
different parts of the world. There's a lot of different people from different parts of the world learning how to drive. I'm just saying, tread carefully, Brian. I don't know what you're trying to get into.
I'm just saying we are in a melting pot of people that have learned how to drive different ways for different.
The rules are different.
Are different. They're different.
All over the place.
Yeah.
Different, yeah.
And so when you put them all in one place like California, and there's like 10 million people driving, of course there are going to be accidents. Shit's going to go wrong. You know what I mean? So who knows what else circumstances were happening last night on Saturday night, 11 p.m. Who knows? Mike, so you lead to believe that this is probably just, he was probably fine. He's just showing off to his girlfriend or what?
I'm with Jake on this. We do not have enough data. Like this sounds like this sounds like a SAT question. Like, and I'm going to answer like I don't have enough data to answer this question. We could speculate. It depends on the kind of show you want to do, Brian. Really,
it's true. It's true.
You just want to. I mean, I know you like to bridge burning is number one, right? Like,
I don't try to bridge burn.
That's what we're trying.
I don't try to bridge burn.
I know. I am trying to push you into that box conceptually because your boldness is giving me a good chuckle, and so I'm trying to push you into that box.
After 14 years living here, you just stop caring sometimes. You know what I mean? You just say it how it is. That's the point of Kruse Control, everybody. Just, us talking about shit. We know what's happening. We don't know what's happening sometimes. And just sometimes we talk shit. Sometimes we don't. This is what it is. Tell the news. through our perspective. So
Yeah, man.
it's not, and you can't trust us 100% for news because we are still an opinion piece show, everybody. We are still an opinion piece show.
YouTube doesn't require that to keep you monetized.
Yeah, right.
See, he's volunteering that. There was his lawyer did not recommend that. He's
this is
letting our audience know.
10,000 journalism here.
It's true. So did Pete Davidson just drive into that house? Or was he drunk? Or was he maybe sober and it was fine and he was showing off to his girlfriend? Who knows? Only time will tell. I tell you what, though, something we do know that's happening is there's a Lord of the Rings musical coming out, everybody. This is happening. And we know we've talked about a lot of these musicals these days. This is GR's favorite story right here. A new musical coming.
Yeah, a lot of musicals.
I feel like that's like the big trend these days. Like take a big franchise that's very popular, slap some music in that sumbitch, and make a musical. You know what I mean? And even this, I read the description for this. It's going to the UK at first because the UK loves stage productions. So it's going to the UK. It's made at the Watermill Theatre. It will take place in a gorgeous, as they say, open air setting. Tickets for the Lord of the Rings go on sale March 15th. So if you want to watch Lord of the Rings, you want to see Frodo, it's time. Get in there, get those tickets. And you read the premise for this, it's pretty much just the story of Lord of the Rings. It really is. They're saying it's a brand new production based on the classic trilogy as the Hobbits celebrate Bilbo Baggins' 11th first birthday.
11th
as he gives,
yeah, that's
11th.
the joke.
It sounds like Snimity first. I don't know. As he gifts his nephew Frodo his inheritance, which of course is the precious ring, my precious. He gives him my precious, and then the shenanigans occur on stage. So this is going to be fun. Maybe if you love the Lord of the Rings and you want to see it in musical form, you can see it in the theater. It's only a matter of time until it comes here to the UK. Of course,
Brian, it is a musical though to begin with, though, isn't it? Like Rachel's saying it'll be 10 hours long. Yes, she's correct.
Yes,
G.R. Waters is saying, give me a break.
Give me a break.
Because it's going to be a 10-hour musical. You're going to need a break. I understand
Rachel
that,
also
buddy.
said,
Yep.
Rachel also said, why? Yeah, I know.
It is. I would be remiss to not mention the fact that I have sung Tolkien songs. Like they're down to Goblin Town is present in the Lord of the Rings text, or it's in the Hobbit. It's already there. Like
that wasn't too long ago. We were just doing that too.
It was like last week, or like 9 days ago.
Do you think they'll use those songs, or will they try to change it?
They're gonna have to. I imagine that they'll probably adapt them into a little bit longer and more traditional kind of
down the Goblin Town.
What they can, yeah.
Sabrina be so pissed about the content tonight. It's kind of she'd probably be like, "What the hell, nerd day?"
She'll be happy. She'll say that we've created this safe space. And we're happy that we were able to talk about it. Yeah, but you're right though. Everybody's like expanding into the musical verse.
I know. It's insane.
I don't know. Is this a generational difference? Like, because I know that there's a big vibe. Like, I don't know if you talked to Lynn at all about this, but she's like, "Oh my God!" Like everybody starts singing immediately, and I check out. Like I'm a little bit less skeptical than that in general, but pretty much I'm the same way unless it's going to be really super good. So you said tickets start selling March 15th. Do they have do they have a launch date for this?
This summer.
The Ides of March. Don't buy them.
Yeah, they haven't said the exact time, but it's just pre-sales right now. So pre-sales, get your pre-sales, and then we'll find out more once they close pre-sales. It's like in a week. So,
Jake, you say beware, but I know you and me, we're just going to both grow our beards out. We're going to get our staffs. We're going to put on our big wizard hats, and we're going to be standing in line together.
For sure, of course. Yeah.
And they've done a form of this before, but this is like now grand scheme. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So they've done a form of this. It's been developing for a while. And it's only a matter of time until it comes here to the States. Jake, is this something that you would watch or take your family to, or do you think this is something you say hard pass on?
It's a 50-50 mix for me because we just went and watched Footloose, a musical, like at the college here.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And the whole time I was watching it, I was like, I kind of want to watch the movie now, So it wasn't, but my wife and Charlie really enjoyed it, so we probably would go see it, yeah. And if it is 10 hours long, I don't need a break. Yeah.
Intermission.
It depends on how they.
There's 2 intermissions.
Did they ever talk about like what sequence the story would go through? Was it just following?
It's following all 3 movies. It's following all 3 movies. It's following the whole.
They really can't push it. If you're pushing past like 3-4 hours, you're getting into Angels in America territory, and people are like, let me go smoke a cigarette. I'm not that interested in this show anymore, right?
But just think though, like they could condense that down to like all 3 of those movies into a play. They could do that.
Right.
I mean, there's a lot of stuff they could cut out, to make it one full narrative. Honestly, you could do it easily. You're gonna miss a lot of.
I'm upset that I wasn't the guy to do it, to just look at the scripts for the movies and go boot boot, cross out that, cross out
this.
Yeah, don't need this.
Let's bring this over.
Like, let's do the songs. Yeah. We're ready to
square
go.
root that sumbitch and put it out there.
Put it on stage. Let's start blocking. Yeah, honestly.
Well, I'm sure there are some people out in the world who don't watch film or TV, so going to the theater to see an iteration of a story, maybe that's the only exposure they'll have to it. So
it could be.
Just because I don't necessarily want to watch it doesn't mean other people won't. So it's interesting.
Yeah. It might open Lord of the Rings up to a whole new, audience that just didn't really watch it before. I mean, people have to know about Lord of the Rings, but maybe no one wants to sit in the theater for 3 hours, 3 times. You know what I mean? They'd rather sit for like a 2-hour movie, have an intermission, or 2-hour play, have an intermission, then go about their day. I don't know. It'll be interesting. So Lord of the Rings, will Frodo throw that ring into the volcano, or will it be different? There might be a twist. You never know. Never know. I'll tell you a twist, though. I'll tell you a twist. So we've been waiting to see this Star Wars holiday special actually out on Blu-ray or something forever. But instead of doing that, they said, let's bring out a documentary instead, because George Lucas hates that this thing exists. There's the word. Exists. He's really upset that it exists.
The state of existing.
And he's been fighting this thing from coming out, so they decided to make an actual documentary about it. The premiere of the trailer just came out. They really don't show much, like all this shit. They don't like to show much. They have some interviews in there, like Weird Al, Gilbert Gottfried, who we talked about recently, just passed away. He's in there. People are joking about it. I mean, they're saying it's going to have some never before seen video footage because of it being hidden away. And of course, this special, if you don't know about it, it's about Chewbacca's family celebrating Life Day with celebrity guests.
The Christmas of the Wookiees, right?
The Christmas of the Wookiees. So this came out, and they had all the main cast in it. It was part of their contracts. They did the holiday specials, an hour special.
79?
Yeah.
Was it part of their original contracts, Brian? Do you know
I think I think it was tied in. Yeah, I think it was tied into their
for the
second one, the sequel. Yeah, it was tied into that.
Nice.
And then they did the holiday special, and this did god awful, horrible. So much so that after it came out, George Lucas was denying it even existed, pulled it from everything.
Weirdly sexual, if you haven't seen it. I mean, which is I was on board. Like I liked just the weirdness going on, but not really the family.
Lots of Wookiees.
Star Wars that we're used to. Lots of Wookiees. Yeah, his whole family, right? Chewbacca's whole family.
Yep.
You put up a picture of my family. I said, put up a picture of the Wookiees.
Your family is, I can see them fitting in with the Wookiees, though, Mike. It looks like they would be okay.
That's an old joke. I've used that joke before. I apologize.
Mike, do you think this is a good thing, or should they just release the holiday special and call it a day?
I'm really interested in I guess, how they got the rights to do this, because anything that, I mean, I haven't looked lately on YouTube, but it's been
pulled always.
It's just been copies of VHS tapes previously. Like they said that George Lucas burned the tapes. I don't know if they somewhere for him, or I mean they weren't tapes, the film or whatever. Or if they're
the actual reels.
Yeah, if the reels are still in a vault somewhere. But I honestly do think that they have value just as a record of something that people really have strong feelings about now. Because there's been billions and billions of dollars spent on this. There's been gazillions of toys created. This has been hours and hours of children's lives, of adults' lives now, of people dressing up. And have you guys both seen this? Like, it's crazy. I like weird stuff, so I'm into it. It's very strange, and it's the first appearance of Boba Fett, perhaps more importantly.
Well, that's the thing. It's like I feel like there is an audience for this, especially because of the camp. People might love it now, and it's been held back for so long.
Campy, exactly. That's a good word to describe.
Rachel said they named Space Jazz Jizz. That's an interesting story.
Correct.
Space Jizz.
Thank you for reaching out, Rachel, and understanding that it's a safe space tonight, so you can share that part of yourself.
Thanks for nerding out with us here a little bit. She also said, "Let's have full CGI upgrade for this." Which why not? Let's get our.
I think it might be a joke, but either way.
That was all noise I heard. Keep your day job, GR said. It must have been about the last thing too.
Yeah, I think that was about me. I think that was about me singing Lord of the Rings.
I think so. Because GR also said, "Give me a break" too. So maybe that all ties in. And Rachel said the last thing will probably be 10 hours long, which could be 10 hours long, that musical. But yeah, maybe they should just release this. Honestly, at this point, people have been asking for it. I'm kind of surprised when Disney bought all of Lucasfilms. They didn't just he can't say shit. But again, you're right. The masters are gone. What are they going to do about it? You can't do anything about it. I did hear someone had a remastered version online. Someone actually remastered it. So maybe they'll get it from them somehow. I don't know. This is like cinematic gold. Come here, everybody. Release it. Release the Wookiee cut. Come on.
I feel like there's a situation where like Grandpa Wookiee is staring at a hologram of some hologrammatic babe that's just wiggling, and we're just watching her sing a song for like 6 minutes, and it's and we're
wiggling.
Like, does this feel that appropriate for a family holiday special?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, he told Mike to keep his day job. That's what GR was saying. Keep your day.
Did, yep. It's me. I'll take the advice under advisement. Thank you, GR. Thank you, Rachel. Grandpa, can you put that up, Ren? Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Yes, okay.
And she said Grandpa Wookiee was totally watching porn. Jake, I guarantee you haven't seen this, but okay. Let me just say this though, okay? So you have this, and you're George Lucas, and you try to burn the footage, but you're Disney now, and you bought it. Don't you think that you would release this just because at this point? Like, they're looking for content all the time. There's definitely a buzz behind it. They have nothing to lose. Wouldn't you release this if you could? Why do a documentary? What do you think?
Well, it's smart business because they're going to stir up a bunch of interest, and now people are going to want to watch it to see what all the fuss was about. Like, why didn't George want this out there?
Yeah.
And so this documentary is going to transition into, okay, so now we have a reason to release this. So if they can, I don't know if it exists, if they have any of the content, but it might be on a VHS somewhere in somebody's basement, and they could send it off,
Yeah. Well, it's saying but they have the rights to it at this point. They have the rights to all of Star Wars. So, I mean, if they have it, they own it. Like, Lucas can't say shit about it.
Right.
And as Rachel said, they are kind of acknowledging it a bit by actually releasing this documentary, The fact they're actually going into it is a way of being like, maybe this will lead the way, Maybe they'll release this. If people have a big following with it, then they'll be like, they'll make a way to bring it forward. I think they should still also release the original cuts of the Star Wars movies. They should release those on Disney Plus, like the original cuts, before Lucas started going, I'm going to add something here. I'm going to add something there. I'm going to add something here. This would be great. You know what I mean? As opposed to that.
Doing what he does.
George Michael Jackson Lucas.
Yes.
I guess.
Wait. Brian, did you see on Disney Plus, did you see the Christmas MCU, the Marvel special?
I loved it.
It was
the Guardians.
Bad.
You didn't like it? I loved it.
It made me cringe. It gave me stomach cramps.
I liked it.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I like I like Bacon in it. I thought Bacon did a good job. That he was fun. Like Batiste with his little man. I want my little man. Like he had his little Dave had his little man. I like that.
It was pure fan service.
It's totally fan service.
Down. There was
totally
fan
zero
service. Content. Yeah.
Hey, Dave is a friend of the show, man. Okay. Don't talk trash about Dave.
All right. I won't talk trash about Dave Bautista. All right. I understand now. I know where we're at.
Something people might be talking trash about a little bit. Don't talk trash about Dave Bautista. Some people might be talking trash about, or maybe they'll be fine with it. I'm not sure, but this is a controversial subject I want to talk about. And that's what California is doing right now with their tax incentives. So right now, California is saying that if you do not make your film crew diverse enough, we are not giving you tax incentives. So they're releasing this now. This is something new that's happening. So there's only a 4% tax incentive that California does give out to their crew or to their productions. So 4% of your actual budget. Okay, cool. But they're saying that under this new proposal that the Newsom put out there, that productions that fail to meet the diversity goals will lose 4% of their tax credit allocation. This is a 5-year extension of the state's $330 million tax credit they're putting out there right now. Productions that receive the credit would be required to submit a diversity work plan, which under this must commit to hire crew that is broadly reflective of the state's demographics. All right. So, I mean, on paper, it sounds right. You know what I mean? But they're going to, if they fail to make good faith attempt to meet the hiring goals or fail to submit a plan, the California Film Commission will deduct 4% from their budget, apparently. And they said it has to be based off race, ethnicity, disability status, and gender in order to have a crew that is more diverse. So when I heard about this, the one thing I think, though, my only worry about this is, I get it. On paper, it sounds great. Everybody should have an opportunity. Of course, 100% across the board. But the thing is, though, some producers might just walk away from California. I mean, if you think about it, like if you're trying to tell them how to hire people, some people, they're already leaving. People are already leaving California. So, I mean, they're talking about trying to bring film back. Some people might get mad about this. Honestly, that's how this world works right now. Don't tell me who to hire, you know? Or there's also people that maybe could do the job better than somebody else. I mean, there's a lot of things that can go into this. For me, honestly, on paper, it sounds smart. Like, oh yeah, you're trying to help, like make it an even keel, open field. But I just think it could cause problems with producers and with the state and with already our productions that are leaving the state. Because most other states is because there's better tax incentives as it is. So now you're saying I'm get that measly 4%, people might leave. Mike, you hear about this. Do you think this is going to affect the film industry here in California, or do you think that it will be fine and it won't be a big deal?
That's an interesting thought that you're bringing. Like, if you want to hire white people, fuck off back to Virginia. Like they got great incentives too. Like that's awesome. I'm wondering, is it are the incentives like are they scheduled so that you like you're hiring the number of people that are representative of the actual demographics?
Yes. Yeah. Based off of the California state demographics. So broken down by how many people are, each ethnicity, each gender, each disability, you have to have a certain percentage.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, that's it seems like they're trying to enact a progressive agenda, which I think it's really good to be proactive about. I'm remiss to have this conversation with 3 cisgendered white men.
I know, right?
Because I think that the internet is probably full of these kinds of discussions.
A lot.
So I just want to say that anything that's is giving people opportunities that may not have had opportunities due to unfair systems. Like I'm for that, and I understand that can be challenging in different ways. But in terms of the thing that you were saying, like, oh, maybe producers won't be as inclined to spend their money in LA, like that is exactly the kind of leverage that I think that we should be working on. Say, oh, tough, you don't want our business the way that we want to share it with you, like, because we're trying to move forward as a species, as a group of people, then get out of here, because we've got good stuff and people will come that want the good stuff that we have.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the thing. But the thing is, like, there's been a lot of people leaving California. That's my only worry. That's why I said there's been a lot of productions that are going away. There's so many generations of people that have worked in this industry for years and years.
A lot of that has to do with property values, though, too, right? And about other things that are maybe affecting what those property values are. But
producers are always looking to save a buck, though, too, Mike. They're always looking to save a buck. Of course, they can find a way to leave. They will leave. Like Georgia, I don't think it's going to affect Georgia. People are still going to go to Georgia because the tax incentives.
I said Virginia before I meant Georgia, right?
It's fine. But I'm saying Georgia. I don't think that's going to stop people from going to Georgia because the tax incentives are so much better, and it's a right to work state, so they're cheaper across the board. So that's why I'm
Georgia
like this is totally
have you, Brian. That's what the producers need.
True.
They need you in LA busting your ass. Like that's what their production really needs.
But that's they do need me. But all I'm saying is like like I have to look at both sides. I just worry about film in general, and I think it's a good thing. I mean, most sets are already very diverse, so that's the thing. Like most people, most crews are, across the board. And you work on a set, most are very diverse here in California. So it might not affect anything.
Good,
it might not affect anything,
right? Yeah.
Yeah. I just worry about producers trying to like fire people and putting money in their pocket, you know what I mean? Or something like that. That shit happens. There's shenanigans all the time. You're going to show up if you're under budget. A UPM a lot of times gives themselves a benefit. They'll pocket money. They'll find ways to pocket money. I just look at the business side. This might make ways for them to put money in their pockets sometimes. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Jake, do you think this will affect the film industry negatively here in California? Or do you think this is, it'll be fine and it'll be the same, but, business as normal?
Oh, it's hard to say. Like Mike said, that sounds like they're trying. And anytime you have an idea like this, you have to pursue it, but you have to pursue with caution, because if you're going to, as soon as you force somebody to, in the name of equity, sometimes you make it unequal, because if you're going to offer this to somebody by right, essentially, then somebody else isn't going to get it. Now, whoever that is, it could go anyway. So I think, their heart's in the right place, but like it just, what is the ultimate outcome of it? And it might just be a tax incentive, because like you said, all of these productions are probably already diverse and they probably already qualify. So
yeah,
if that's the case, then there's just a way to give some money back and put it on paper, have a paper trail for it, the reason for it,
And maybe some that aren't, well, maybe whip them into shape. You never know. They might just need that 4%, especially some low budget stuff that shoots. You know what I mean? They might just need that extra money.
That would affect low budget stuff, because then that's a lot of like personal contacts and friendship relations. So you could see that maybe being a little bit more stratified in terms of race, maybe like so.
For sure,
that would be a good encouragement for sure.
Yeah, I thought this was very interesting. This is actually moving forward. Like I heard this, and they're talking about how they have more productions coming this year. They have higher productions that are coming to California than any year before, and they're expecting to spend more money towards tax incentives because of that, which is good. We need more jobs here. We just need more jobs. A lot of times they cut. It's funny. We had the governor for a long time as our governor. And he never added tax incentives that would actually keep people here. It's just like, doesn't make sense to me. You think you have an actor. Now we have the Newsom, and the Newsom, he's not really been doing shit for us either. So I just hope that he just brings more jobs here for the people that work in Hollywood, because we're Hollywood, right? We're fucking Hollywood. Everyone says you're supposed to be making the most jobs here, right? We have everybody in the world that makes movies here in Hollywood.
The money is there, Brian.
It's there.
Existential crisis, and you realize it's not exactly what it looks like before you go.
At the end of the day, though, I hope this leads to a good thing in California, and helps out people that maybe haven't had a chance. But also, I hope it doesn't affect the film industry unless it affects it in a positive way.
Positive way, right?
Yes.
And with that, everybody, now it's time for our featured story of the night. It's time for some Ninja Turtles. Yep, that's what I'm diving in. We got the serious, we got the fun. So I'm going to dive into Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem, everybody. This is coming out this summer, August, damn, my notes are so small today. August 4th? Let me get into this. So the Ninja Turtles are coming back. That's right, Seth Rogen's movie. Seth Rogen's producing this, creating this, bringing it out. It's an animated movie now, everybody. Jackie Chan is Splinter. That's right. And they have and they actually have kids playing the Ninja Turtles. This is the first time we have actual teenagers playing the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Eating pizza, smoking weed in the sewer.
Yeah, right? You got Hannibal Buress is playing Genghis Frog. You got John Cena as Rocksteady. You got Seth Rogen as Bebop. You got Ice Cube as Superfly. You got who else we got here? We got Paul Rudd as Mongo Gecko. We got Maya Rudolph as Cynthia Ultram. I mean, they have a lot. There's some names I don't know yet. August 4th, this is coming out. But after years of being sheltered from the human world, the Turtle Brothers set out to win the hearts of New Yorkers and be accepted as normal teenagers through heroic acts. Heroic acts. This is what the synopsis is saying. So they're coming out of the sewer and they're coming back and they're going to be winning your hearts in Ninja Turtle theaters moving forward this summer.
In Ninja Turtle theaters?
In Ninja Turtle theaters. Yes, specially themed theaters. Cool. I saw this, and it's a big switch because you have them, like I said, actually being Ninja Turtles teenagers, and it's the CGI kind of looks like Into the Spider-Verse, which I think is fun. I think that's a lot of fun. GR says, no way. I don't think he's about this. You know, GR is about this. He's like, no, don't give me any more Ninja Turtles. I mean, I had turtle power as a kid. I had the turtle blimp. I had the turtle van. I have a chest still at my mom and dad's house full of Ninja Turtles. You know, I have all of it. I had the sewer set. I mean, I love the Ninja Turtles. Like I'm a TMNT power boy, man. That's me.
I had one of the sets where like it had the ooze and you could dip them into the ooze, but like there's a very limited amount of ooze that you could actually use if you wanted to.
Why be stingy about the ooze? You know,
but that's just my nature, man. Like,
why are you holding back on the ooze?
So because I want to be able to use it again in the future. You gotta save that. I might need it later. Brian is the real answer.
You might need that ooze for something else.
Yeah.
Mike, you saw this. You saw the trailer, right? Did you like it? Are you excited about this? Does it hit this time, or do you think this is a bad choice?
This is great, man. They've been hitting solid on all these animated features. Like a bunch of them have been halfway decent. The ones that I have seen, like I think it's pretty cool that Seth Rogen, who's like, by the way, like he's a massive weed distributor and he's presenting at the Nickelodeon.
He did. He was talking trash about the CW.
That's so interesting to me, like that we can have that big of a shift in our society. Like, but it's cool. It's cool that I imagine that audience really appreciated. He said, "The turtles are coming back." Or he probably said, "The turtles are coming back."
Turtles. I can see him playing Bebop. That's for sure. You know, I can see him playing Bebop.
No, it's gonna be great. There's gonna be more cartoons. What there was just the Shredder, Brawler 2D thing that was released on all the platformers. I don't know if you played that at all, Brian.
I didn't play it. Was it good?
Yeah, it was freaking great. It was just like a Turtles in Time arcade. Like
I love Turtles in Time. It's such a great game.
Yeah, I think
it's such a great game.
Turtles are just a timeless series, and I'm pretty much gonna be on board with them just because it's silliness. So anytime you're injecting that level of silliness, even though it's marketing just to sell toys, at least it's goofy kid stuff like eat some pizza, cowabunga, let's Donatello fix some
shit, you know?
Oh yeah, be leaders, and also Raph like be a little cranky at our parents. I guess.
I love the exchange at the end of the trailer where they're talking about, they call it ooze. She said someone's like, no, ooze, and they're having fun with it. It's fun, you know. It's leaning into the teenage aspect, which I think is great. Jake, you saw the trailer. What do you think? Are you excited about this? Is this something that you would take your daughter to, or are you like, this is not for me?
I'm excited about it. I'm gonna watch it before I let her see it. You know,
that's probably a good call.
I think it's a solid move. I don't know. My first exposure to the Turtles was my brother explaining how it wasn't Shredder was the teacher.
Krang?
Correct.
Oh, Splinter you're talking about.
Splinter was the teacher. Shredder
Jackie
was
Chan.
The bad guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Well, he got killed in the back of a garbage truck. Is that how they got rid of him?
Oh, Shredder got killed in the back of a garbage truck.
They threw him off the building into the garbage truck.
Into the garbage truck.
Yeah.
Yes, and that was like my first exposure. I was like, "That's an interesting way to do that," you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm excited.
Turtles.
Turtles is cool. Yeah.
Turtles.
So, and you know, Charlie's really into she loves Monday Night Raw. She like laughs.
Nice.
She thinks
Which
it's
is awesome.
So yeah, she's always asking for when the people throw each other. Like that's what she calls it. So, so yeah, I think I'll watch it and then we'll probably check it out together. If there's bodies flying, we'll have fun.
Papa, when are the people throwing each other again?
People throw each other. Yeah, that's exactly how it goes. I'm like, we gotta wait till Monday night. We can watch it.
If it's anything like the Into the Spider-Verse stuff, like the animation looks cool.
Yeah,
GR says Cowabunga, dude. Yeah, Cowabunga, dude. If it's anything like that, and Seth Rogen apparently is a big Turtles fan, and he's doing it. So you know, which hopefully having a fan do it will make it even better. Yeah. You know.
Well, dude, he's got 1,000 friggin' comic book properties under his belt now, so I can't imagine that he's gonna be. I bet he'll actually put in some input as a producer rather than just saying, "Okay, we'll put out a new line of toys." Like, he'll probably at least read the script and go, "Haha, this is funny." Like, this is stupid. He'll cross it out and write some notes, which will make it a lot better, I would imagine. Like, he cares. Yeah. I gotta believe.
He's got a great cast too. So, and the kids are all pretty much no names, which is great too. You know, give some kids some opportunity, throw them in there. And I was skeptical at first, but when I heard their voices and them playing, I'm like, this is great. This is fun. You know, I think it's going to be a fresh breath of air for the whole franchise, and hopefully it does well. They did the animated ones before, and it didn't, it did all right, but it wasn't like this. You know, the first one, it didn't hit. They did one animated one, and then they went back to making them CG with real life, which. It was okay. It was okay though. They had 2 of those. It was all right. But this looks like it's more.
The Michael Bay ones?
Yeah, they were all right.
Yeah, okay.
I'm not saying much. They were masterpieces, man. I'm saying something. They happened. And they tried something and it didn't really hit hard. That's just what it was. So this looks like it's more back to its roots, more back to the soul of Ninja Turtles. And I'm all for it. I'll check it out. August 4th, everybody. If you're into Turtle Power, August 4th, Turtles are coming back.
TURTLE power.
Power.
On the half shell. Yep.
Ninja, rap. They need some vanilla ice in this shit, man. They need some vanilla ice.
Yeah.
That'd be great. I'm a big fan of the second one, even though people kind of hate on it a lot of times. Still a big fan. So, and if you're a wrestling fan, Kevin Nash was Super Shredder. Just throwing that out there. Anyways, everybody, thank you for joining us here on Kruse Control. It's been a great Monday. Been a lot of fun having you both here on Boys Night. Boys Night. This is called the Mitten Crew. I know we're all here from Michigan. So
the Mitten Crew. Yes.
The Mitten Men. The Mitten Men are back, everybody.
There we go.
It sounds wrong. It sounds wrong. Anyways,
all right, get out your mittens, guys.
Get out your mittens and join the men.
Keep those hands warm. Jesus.
Okay, I'm glad we were thinking on the same wavelength there,
Oh boy. Well, Mike, thank you so much for being here tonight. Appreciate it as always. Love having you here.
It's an honor every time, brother.
Jake, thank you for being here. It's hard to do this. Appreciate you as always. Everybody out there, thank you for watching Kruse Control. Please like and subscribe. Join our Patreon if you can. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your kids, tell your dogs, tell your cat, tell your little chinchilla back at home. Tell them to watch Kruse Control. Subscribe if you can. We love you so much. Thank you all for being here tonight. As always, we hope you have a very lovely Monday. Enjoy your night, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Take care. Turtle Power. See ya.
Turtle Power, yes.
See ya.